So welcome to our webinar, MedDream Integration, with our partners, AGNA RIS Solutions. I'm Renata Kalnonene, Project Manager at MedDream. Today we have a joint webinar, and I'm going to present our speakers. Guest speaker of our webinar is Shashank Gupta, Strategic Partner, Alliances and Businesses Development Global at Arwa Digital Systems. Arwa Digital Systems, our longtime partner, and also Shashank's colleague, Jaslyn Kaur, is going to support him. Today, she's a product manager and application specialist at Arwa Digital System. Our agenda today, the introduction, MedDream collaboration with Arwa Digital System. Introduction part will be taken by Marius Šadauskas, our system integration manager at MedDream. And the presentation part, solution overview and demonstration part will be presented and demonstrated by our guest speaker, Shashank. So as you see, presentation, solution overview and demonstration. And the last part is the question and answer session. So I'm going to read all the questions we received before the webinar and we will receive during the webinar. So I invite you to write your questions in the question and answer section during all the webinar and ask this integration related questions. If we can't answer or we need some support from our colleagues to answer your questions, so we will put answers in the presentation file. After the webinar, all the registrants will receive presentation file of this webinar and also the video recording of all the webinar. So I'm passing the word to Marius Šadauskas, our system integrator at MedDream. He's going to introduce how our companies, MedDream and Arwa Digital Systems, started the collaboration. So Marius.
Yes, hello everyone. I see many familiar names in the list, so it's nice that we have, some people who join, who don't miss any of our webinars. So it's nice to see this, and of course, welcome to the new attendees who are joining the first time. So today we have a very special guest. It is Arwa Digital System. And they began their journey in the medical domain in 2010. And their goal was to build the expertise in the healthcare IT and the radiology-focused solutions. And our collaboration, MedDream and Arwa Digital Systems collaboration started back in maybe 7 years ago in 2018 when they initiated their first project and with the MedDream. And it was a successful project because by 2019, it officially started its full-scale integration journey with the MedDream and all the MedDream products. And from the very beginning, Arwa Digital System was focused, on the custom-built radiology solutions, the solutions which wasn't just, let's say, a plain product, but it would be a complete ecosystem of the ecosystem designed around the everyday work of the radiologist or the administrators of the imaging centers. And their first milestone was the Middle East, in particular Kuwait, where their colleague Mr. Burhan led a very impressive expansion on that region, and they achieved almost 80 to 85% of the market. And from that time, they were growing constantly and then constantly expanding and extending our MedDream-based deployments, they moved to the other regions like India, Southeast Asia, then the steady growth to the Africa, to the Latin America, and other countries. And along way with this journey during these years, they are also reached Europe, and they are now have the active installations or in Latvia, in Poland, in Switzerland, which proves that with the right technology and the right partnership, there is no geographical barriers. Basically, you can reach all markets, all regions, when this synergy between the technology and partnership is strong. And what makes Arwa Digital System different from other companies, I would say it is their philosophy, because they don't treat RIS and the PACS system as just a static platforms. Instead, they engineer each solution specifically for the radiology department workflows. So they first investigate what is the workflow and how this could be achieved. And once it's done, so the goal, of course, is to minimize the human errors, to streamline the reporting, and of course, integrate tightly with the MedDream products to enhance the efficiency and reliability. So through this partnership during all these years, Arwa Digital Systems has not only, reached, achieved, I would say, a technological excellence, but also gained the global recognition in different regions. And this example illustrates, how the local expertise, when it is aligned with the MedDream scalable platform with our products, how it could create a long-lasting partnership, which makes a difference in the diagnostic imaging world. So today, our partners, our colleagues, Jaslyn and Shashank, will present you the integration. They will show you their product, AGNA Pixel Pro, and they will show the integration with the MedDream. And during this year's 7 or more years of collaborations, we had actually many integrations done, with the MedDream Viewer, with our PACS, with the reporting, with the work list, and with all kind of the different integrations. And during this time, I was from time to time I saw their RIS product, and each time I see their product, so each time it has more functionalities, more buttons, more user-friendly interface. It's starts to support the mobile applications, mobile phones, and so on. So it's for me, it's also nice to see how the journey, went through, and how their product evolved, and got better and better. Um, of course, MedDream product is also had the same thing. We also increased functionalities and user interface and all these things, in line. And what else I could say about? Maybe they will also show some integration with AI as well, with artificial intelligence. So as AI is also a hot topic nowadays, well, a few years already, so just to note that the MedDream is also supports various AI solutions, and we closely, collaborate with different medical AI vendors, who has different AI, solutions for the different kind of the models for CT, DX, or some other, medical imaging. And there is already many clients, who already has various solutions, AI solutions integrated in the MedDream as well. So I would like to welcome the Jesslyn and Shashank, and I wish you all a nice and productive webinar. And the word to you, Shashank.
Thanks, Marius. Thanks for the generous description you made, and thanks, Renata, for introducing us. I'll continue taking forward this discussion. I'll share my screen, and first, let me say hi to all my friends and family and even counterparts. I see that there are a lot of colleagues who are also working with us, and many vendors and the partners who have already worked with us are already there in the session. So thank you for joining this session, and hope you get all the relevant information and get new insights on the technology which we have created. So let me share my screen. So Arwa Digital Systems and MedDream started as a very good partner, but before that, Arwa Digital System was completely into healthcare IT and hardware, a solution provider. But again, we were not that small, but again had good number of installations, but never did anything new in the radiology IT part as a software team. But then we came into this discussions from 2016 onwards, and then which came in fruitful from 2019. And then we got into a good path. So Alva Digital System was a small regional company, not as a very big company. And then this story is all about the integration with MedDream and how we grew from a small regional partner to a global leader in the RIS domain. And again, still developing and enhancing the new features to match the global leads. Okay. So the vision was always clear about the Arwa Digital System. We wanted to be a global leader and we wanted to be unique in what we are doing. So the initial scope was to cover the existing clients which were already using our hardware IT solutions and the software IT solutions. And we collaborated with one of the group of diagnostic centers in Kuwait and started our operations in that region. Then slowly expanded to Qatar and the Egypt, focusing on the regional solutions. Then the global goal was always the same, that we wanted to be a one-point solution for all the requirement of a radiology healthcare clinic or maybe a group of hospitals. The challenges were a lot of them before we met MedDream. There were geographical limits that the way we were working was limiting us to only 3 or 4 countries, and then we were not able to reach the global market. And then there was always a need for a good diagnostic viewer, which is the heart of our radiology solution. So the requirement was such that in global tenders or the government tenders, the RIS and PACS is generally mentioned as a PACS and viewer specs and not specifically as a RIS specs. So that was the need, and that was the importance of the good DICOM viewer to be a part of a complete RIS solution. So, and again, being a web-based solution, it reduces the dependencies on the hardware and the platforms and the OS. So all this became a very big challenge because we were using a hardware dependent and the OS dependent viewer before that. Then again, scalability was again an issue because of this dependencies. We were not able to scale and we were stuck in the L1, L2 support itself. We were not able to focus on the new developments and the new feature enhancements. So then that turning point came, MedDream came into the picture. MedDream gave us a very good platform, and being a OEM solution, it is very easily integratable with any solution. And being a web-based, there was zero to none requirement on the L2 and L1 support. The only thing we required was the L3 support for few configurations here and there, which are required for the security purposes and for seamless integrations to load the viewer in an iframe or a different frames from our RIS. So that was very much accomplished in the first phase for that good diagnostic center who supported us in the initial few years. And then we grow slowly from there onwards to the entire Middle East region. Again, the next important feature was the teleradiology advantage, where the doctors can do reporting from anywhere, any device, and no need to carry their own laptops or any pre-configured devices to have all those features which are handy for the doctor to make a final report. So that becomes a very big advantage. And from that point onwards, there was no turning back. Then the way the MedDream was growing was already what we were thinking about, that there should be a zero support and more on the sales part. The focus should be on the more sales part. So the scalability part was taken care of because of this mentality which we took over from the MedDream, and growing from the integration, we made our solution in a way that the scalability was very fast, and then the support also got reduced installation by installation. This gave us a good shift to become from a regional to the global leader. That was the major turning point. This is our exponential journey across 5 continents. As I mentioned before, we were very new to MedDream from 2016 to 18 onwards. We were in discussion with them. We had few trials, did some demo integrations. Then from 2018 onwards, we got a complete good running installation in Kuwait. And then from that point onwards, we grew slowly and slowly. And then 2020 onwards, we started getting OEM vendors who were looking for our solution, because it was a complete end-to-end solution, not just a PACS and a viewer. Because as you can see, there is a trend when there is a radiology solution requirement is placed, the doctor is just not looking for a viewer, a good viewer, but they also look for a complete solution so that they don't need to depend on many vendors for small things to achieve. Then the dominance grew and reached to Europe with the help of again MedDream team. We got our first few clients in Europe because of them, and then there was no looking forward. And then we went to Latin America, where we reached local regions like Panama and Argentina, Ecuador. All these regions were taken care of because we had a local partner there and many of these countries. So with the help of these local partners, we were able to sell a complete tight integrated solution to the end user. If we talk about the financial growth, again, the measurable growth, which is what the investors and the person who have put the money is concerned about. So we had a very good exponential growth. The client retention rate was very high because we created a solution which made the client dependent on us for even a small integration, for even a small solution. So it's all under one roof. That's the whole idea right from the start, making a complete dependency of the client on us for small solutions and even for bigger solutions. So the client retention rate increases because if they want to replace us, they have to get a complete solution, which either they will get it at a very high price, or maybe they will not. We will have to integrate 4 or 5 vendors. Then, like I said, growing into this global regions without any partner, this wouldn't have been possible. So after 2018 onwards, we started getting good local partners whom we trusted, and they also trusted on us and our solution, because we became known as a reliable solution provider and a one-point solution provider in this region. So they started trusting us, became more reliable on us, and then they started giving us a good number of installations. So the B2B partnership also increased beyond 50%. And then we reached the goal, which is to reach from 4,000, 5,000 euro business from one client to $1 million business, which is a very big achievement because the ticket size was always in the range of like 5 to 10,000 euros. Then we reached this 1 million for one of the client in Malaysia. And then there was no looking forward from the ticket size point of view. We always used to get then these big numbers for the single hospital or a group of hospitals. Again, not only this end users, we also cater to teleradiology solution providers and the RIS PACS solution providers themselves. Because again, always there was a need for small modules here and there in all the big solution providers in the market. So we complemented them as a backend solution, and since we work the same way as MedDream does, we allow rebranding that help them grow in their region and get trust from the end user, being their own local support solution. So this way we strengthened our partnership in the RIS PACS and the teleradiology solution providing field as well. Current momentum and the scale, if we talk about the current goal, we are going at 80% annually, and then there is a trajectory which is very exponential. We have reached recently 200 plus installations across globe, and like I said, we have reached all the 5 continents, reaching with our local partners there. And since we have local partners, we had to have a local offices to support and for the local registrations and the taxations part. So we have our 5 regional offices in 5 different countries, giving local support for the international growth. The next innovation focus was always, as the trend goes, for the AI. We built something very unique in the AI, which is a need of the hour. Fortunately, we had very good mentor with us from the radiology domain, who was himself a radiologist. So his need was very particular, that we should be able to automate the radiology workflow more, like how you have automated the entire examination from right from billing till the patient leaves the premise. You should be able to automate the radiologist workflow as well. So that was the main focus after we achieved the global reach with our existing archive reporting and the integrated solutions. So we have finally reached that point where we are launching this AI tool. After this session, I'll be presenting 2 of the case studies where we have achieved this AI integration with one of the very big vendor in AI, and also the other solution being homegrown by us for radiology automation. The next important focus was making it more cloud native, because again and again there has been a dependency on the local infrastructure, IT and the hardware. So reducing that again helps us grow and scale to more countries, more regions and more reliable. So that was again a next focus of ours. Being very much flexible with the architecture, we were very flexible with local, hybrid or even clouds native solution, but now we are moving towards more cloud native solutions, being which helps us to grow uniformly. Then the strategic expansion again was to have more partners in these new regions which we are focusing on, especially in the Latin America and the African and European regions. So we are already in talks with few of the vendors there who are looking for a complete solution end to end with an AI supported radiology automation, which again has been claimed by many strategic competitors of ours, but never been as a one single solution. It is a merger of 2 or 3 solutions in the background which works in uniformity. So that was again the goal, but again we did it under one platform. And the next important focus is to have a uniform platform across globe and across module. So even for our modules, we don't have much dependencies on the third party solutions. We have tightly integrated MedDream and have used them as a primary viewer for radiologists, which does work for most, like 90 to 95%, and 90, even to some extent 98% of the primary reporting by the radiologist. Again, on the integration part, I see that many of the competitors are using HL7 brokers here and there for even small billing and the insurance, and then the reporting, and then the sending the reports to the patients. So these are different areas where they depend on many third-party vendors. So we found this gap and we made it very easy and simple, as what we have been visualizing for many years, that the solution has to be very simple and straightforward for deployment and one single cost for the end user. So moving forward here, I'll be showing you the demonstration of the 2 tools which we have created, which will help doctors reduce their turnaround time for the reporting, and also they can focus more on the clinical information rather than shuffling between different histories and the clinical reports and then moving to the final reporting part. So let me switch to my presentation. Let me close this presentation. Yes. So here, this is the heart of our screen. I'll be coming to the different modules at the after the finishing the both AI tools which we have created. So after finishing both this advanced AI reporting, we will be highlighting more on the modules which we have, which makes us different than the other competitors. But again, here, if you see, this is the main heart of our system, the main page, where if you see, there are different demographics of the patient, all the study description, everything is there. And then you'll find one more unique thing is the AI status. So where if you send the result from the system itself. You don't need a separate gateway or a separate gateway for each of the AI solution you have acquired or you are planning to acquire from different AI companies. You can simply use our solution to send to their AI engine and then get the results back. So I'll just play one of the case study here. So if you see here, the list is segregated based on the pending status so that the radiographer or the assistant who is assisting radiologist get the AI report before he actually sees the case. So this can be done by the radiographer or maybe by the nurse or maybe the radiology assistant who can select the series which they want to send to the AI tool. How here, and they can select all. Here, if there are many AI tools integrated, like for one body part, if there are 2 or 3 AI tools, they can select the one which they want based on the turnaround time and the accuracy and the billing. So they can select and then send the case. After the send is completed, the status is getting reflected here on the AI status column, the progress of the transfer, and then once the results are ready, it shows like this, the result ready with the view report, with the report which is generated by the AI. Then the radiologist can actually log in from his own login. Here, if you see, this is the main page for the front end, the login page. Here, if you see, there is a security captcha and other things. All the global standards have been taken care for the entry into the system. And then again, the global standards for the PHI and the HIPAA, everything is taken care of. And we can even have multi-factor authentication there as well. Now the radiologist just simply goes to his filter. You sees that there is a AI report generated in the work list and he click on his own editor. As you see, if he clicks on his own editor, there is a AI viewer which is launched on the right hand side of the screen and the AI report which was generated by the AI tool. So if you see, he can just agree or disagree and he can change the ROI here. He can change the ROI and again submit the report. 1 minute. Let me. So as you can see, oops. Okay. So if you see, the doctors can select his own templates. The once he finalizes the AI markings here, the report gets changed real time and he can simply click on accept and transfer. That means he will completely accept the AI report and transfer it to his own editor from where he can finalize it. Or if suppose he wants to add more to the AI result, he can click on accept and append and add his own comments on it, or simply reject it if he completely disagrees with the report. There is a one more important tool which is a critical button, where if the doctor wants to mark something critical, based on which there is a trigger of email to the caretaker who has sent this patient. It can be a referring physician, it can be a referring clinic, so they will be intimated for the further care. So the doctor can simply click on this critical and write the critical comment. Then if you see, he can see the previous reports which was created in our system to just check whether it is consistent or there has been a change. And as you can see, if for his comfort, he can open the AI viewer in the second monitor or the third monitor, whichever preferred way, if he is using a multi-monitor environment. Or if he is just reporting from his own laptop, he can simply split the screen into half by clicking show here. The most important and the beautiful thing of this system, I'll just come to that, is this toggle button, where if you see the blue toggle button here, this toggle button, it switches back to the MedDream Viewer. So if the doctor has seen the AI result and if he wants to completely just take those points and use it as it is and write his own report here, he can simply move back to the MedDream Viewer, make his own analysis, and then again finalize it here. So this is completes the AI integration with the radiology solution. So this company, I will give credit, is AI for CMR, who is a very good friend of ours and very good AI solution itself, which gives the cardiac MR automated results for different body parts, different cardiac MRI analysis. So that taken into consideration, there is another automation which we have done is completely homegrown by us. If you see, once the doctor has seen the AI report, he has finalized it. Again, if he wants to make it more automated or make the reporting more simplified, he can simply go and click on the AI button, which is there on the main page, which I showed. And there, once he clicks, he can select the LLM which he wants to process it for, then select the comments which was coming from different logins from the reception and from the nurses, and then the previous reports which were attached by these different staffs, and the previous reports which were generated by the radiologist in our system. And during the process and the analysis, the doctor must have saved key images in different workstations, or maybe technologists or the radiographer has created some markings on the images and has sent to the PACS, and it is saved as a key images in our system. So there is a list of the key images here, and the doctor can select which ones he wants to send it to the LLM. And then once everything is sent to the LLM, then he can dictate. There is a start recognition button, which we can use our own dictation, or he can integrate. We can integrate with the existing dictation solution already being used by the doctor. Or simply, if he is using some dictation solution from where he wanted to copy paste the content, he can paste it from the clipboard. Like in this case, the content has been pasted and the report generate button has been clicked for the LLM1. So this takes some amount of time to generate, and then the report will be ready. Meanwhile, the doctor can move to the other screen and have a look at the other patients and may send it to the AI for different patients for processing, and get back to the screen again by the time the report generation is completed. So if suppose he is not happy with the LLM1, we do have another LLM with more accuracy and less sensitivity. So based on this, he can select the one which he prefers, and even the formatting and the templates has been taken into consideration. So before training, we take radiologist reports templates to for different diseases for different body parts, and then we give it to the LLM, so that when the doctor selects that particular study description, it takes into consideration that AI report and then make in that format. As you can see, this is complete report, and then the doctor can move to the actual screen and finalize it. So this completes both the AI modules which we have created, which makes us like a complete automated solution provider for the radiology. Again, moving to the screens which we have in general, if you see, these are the different modules which we have. We have made a very customized dashboard where the doctors can see different analytical values based on the financial part and the turnaround part, or even the reporting part. The quality and analysis and the quality check can be all made into a beautiful statistical analysis and being shown on the dashboard. If you want, if the billing is also used, the front end for the scheduler and the other things, we do have a feature called Easy BI, for which we have an application for Android and iOS, on which the doctors can have their own financial analysis of all the different branches under one login if he is having a multi-branch environment. Then again, we have a very good scheduler and the visit and the booking feature, which includes the entire workflow for the before the examination has been started, everything right from the queue management, consent forms, and different forms which are and also along with the notification for the patients, where the patients are intimated on the different platforms selected by the user for integration, like email, SMS, or WhatsApp. The notifications are sent to the patients or their relatives, and then the exam is performed. This is the page which I showed, the archive and the archive lab. We do have a small lab integration where we have integrated with few of the LIS, so that the LIS report and the radiology report, if suppose has to be sent to that AI automation tool which we have created, can be done. And also that same report can be sent to the patient for as a patient portal access. So the patient don't need to have different logins for the lab reports and for the radiology report. This is just an extension. We have not integrated with the individual lab machines, but we have integrated with the LS solution to get as a single point solution provider for the patients. So this is the patient portal part. Again, for patient portal, we have created a mobile application for radiology for iOS and Android. This again, we allow for rebranding if there is a big hospital and wants this application in their own name. We do that for them, and then that will be registered in their name on the App Store. We do have small modules where if we have integrated with the HRs or the third-party schedulers, then we have a patient check-in feature so that the radiology reception checks him and then can select the machines on which they want to send the work list to. Again, this patient check-in also comes handy when there is an integration with a mobile booking application. So there are many mobile booking applications in different part of the world, which has integrated with us, and we take the bookings from them as a request, and then the patient check-in is done based on the call center feedback, which is working continuously with the booking who a person who has made, and then finalize the slot for them and then take as a regular patient. Then if we talk about the master, we are very much deep what do you call configurable masters, so that there is no dependencies on small configurations for us for L1 and L2. That's how we have made it, that the support is very less. Even your IT or your biomedical head or maybe your floor manager can handle, whoever is responsible for the super admin master rights can control everything, right from logo, letterheads, notification templates, the doctors list, the user list, referral doctors list, everything can be configured from the masters, so that they don't have to rely on us to code in the background and then to get it configured for them. So everything you can upload it from yourself. So this makes it as a one-point solution, and being a web-based solution, there is zero installation required. And the most important thing is it is being made from the point of view that it is touch friendly. So everything is moving towards touch, iPads and these tablets. So everything is made from the touch point of view. So it's very much mobile friendly, and this makes us very much portable. So even without a computer, just a tablet, the patient can be checked in and the patient can be taken inside, and everything for the patient can be done from the simple tablet. So I think I have done everything from my side. The presentation I have completed. Back to you, Renata.
Okay, thank you so much for your presentation.
Yes.
So I'm sharing my screen and reading the questions.
Yes.
The first questions: how did MedDream and AGNA RIS integration together strengthen your overall solution and set you apart in the global market?
So this question has been faced by every risk solution who has integrated with MedDream, how it strengthens the solution and how it makes them apart in the global market. So the point which we have taken care of is a deep workflow level automation and a deep integration with MedDream, which makes it a single point solution, which I have been highlighting throughout the session, that they don't need to rely on multiple systems to get different information or to pass information which are generated in our system. So this is the whole idea with the to strengthen the solution and to actually provide a solution. How Marius has in the start explained that we take reviews from the customer before giving them any solution. We understand what is the gaps and how we can fill them, and then design a workflow for them and then try to automate it. This is how we have been making the solution apart with the different competitors in the global market.
Okay, thank you. I'm moving to the next question we got before the webinar. What was the biggest challenge during this transformation journey, and how did your team overcome it?
Again, this question has been faced by every development company. As and when they start growing from one region to another, there is a new request coming up, new versions coming up, and maintaining all those versions into one single version is the biggest challenge by any development company. Getting everything globally unified for single version, and then the second challenge is the multilingual comfort for all these clients working in different part of the world. So we try to make the solution in a way that, like I said, our master is very much configurable, and we made it in a way that a small feature which is not used by the Latin America client is not available for the Asian client. It can be turned off from the master itself. So this was the biggest challenge, and this is how we overcome it by making it configurable on the super admin part. even this super admin can be given to a vendor who can themselves create their own clients. So they don't need to even come to us to even enable or disable the modules which they are going to give to their end users. We have a license control on all these features in a way that they are independent and they can generate their own licenses for different modules and make it enable and disable. This is how we have scaled.
Okay, thank you, Shashank, for your questions. And I see these are all the questions we got. So thank you very much for your presentation. Thank you for your time to present our integration.
I
And
see there is a question here, Renata.
sorry?
I see there is one question from one of the delegate here.
Oh yeah, in the chat. Okay, I'm going to read it then. How is the support if some company integrates with MedDream and AGNA RIS?
So there are two ways we support actually. If it's a vendor who is selling the solution to the local client, we train the local company and their team for the L1 and L2 support, right from the installation to the integration to the training part. And then they take it ahead. For the first few installations, we assist them completely together, being a part of their team. Sometimes we do visit the local site as well, be it anywhere in the world. And then we hand it over to them for the even the manuals and the technical sheets, like how MedDream does it for their OEM vendors. So the same way we have scale it and give the support to the vendors. But again, if it's an end user itself directly who has taken solution from us from different part of the world, we have a local presence ourselves in each continent, which will give you a L2, L3 support. L1 again, we handle it in a way that our team during the implementation phase teaches their IT and the biomedical and the team who is responsible for quick L1 support for the local configurations and all the local troubleshooting part.
Okay, thank you for the question and thank you for your answers, Shashank. So if our attendees has more questions and want to have direct contact with our partners, on the bottom of the presentation slide, you see the emails. Please write directly to Arwa Digital Systems and continue the conversation. So I'm moving to another slide of this. I want to have this chance to invite our partners to meet with our sales director, Peter Roth, at Medica, which is going to be next month in Germany. So please email us and we will find the time for you to have a chat with our director of sales. And in the end of this year, RSNA is waiting for us. So in the end of November and in the beginning of December, MedDream team will be at RSNA and will be waiting for you. So email us, let's have our meeting settled and let's meet in RSNA. So thank you so much for our partners, for Shashank, for Jocelyn, for Marius. I hope everybody was excited for today's webinar. Let's meet on our next events. So this year we will definitely have a new release webinar. So stay tuned with all our newsletters and our news. Follow our social media and subscribe to our YouTube channel. All the registrants, as I mentioned before, will receive the presentation file and the recording of this video. And who didn't attend it can find all videos on our YouTube and our website. So I'll just check. Sorry, I just will read the question. Is it completely web-based, on-prem, or hybrid? Shashank, can you answer to this question for everyone?
So we are very much comfortable with all three options. So we can do completely cloud-based, on-prem, or hybrid. But we do prefer a hybrid because in that case, there is a less infrastructure cost involved The storage and the data can be in the local and the application on the cloud. This way you get our SaaS version, which is like a unified version, which gets a very frequent updates. But again, if you go on the on-prem, we do support to give L-1 version every 30 days.
Okay,
Thank you.
So thank you so much, and let's see you on our next events. Thank you, Shashank. Thank you, Marius.
Thank you very much. Have a good day, everyone.
Have a good day, everyone.
Bye-bye.
See you. Bye.